on Westwood One.
Shell Rotella with advanced synthetic technology is designed to help keep your rig running with more mileage and less maintenance.
Every diesel needs to defend against clogged injectors, low lubricity, and slipping fuel economy. The best defense is the best defender. House Diesel Defender with advanced IDX4 detergent. Get a deeper clean, maximum lubricity, and boosted fuel economy. Guaranteed. House Diesel Defender. Get optimal performance. House for every diesel.
From the father of CB radios comes one bad mother. Eric Harley here. You've heard me talk about Uniden CBs for years now. Uniden has been the cornerstone of the trucking industry since the beginning. And even in the age of cell phones, Uniden CBs still remain the trucker's favorite. It is social media at its best. When you need the lowdown on the road ahead, you need a Uniden CB. It is one bad mother. Go to Uniden.com today or stop by your nearest Pilot Line J.
At Progressive Commercial, we know truckers don't have time for games, so we don't truck around. We leave that to all the long-haul truckers running up, down, and sideways across this great trucking country of ours. We're here to talk about insurance and trucking, and how roadside assistance is now available for heavy trucks, which can come in handy if things get trucked up out there while you're trucking around. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance provided by third party and subject to policy terms and conditions. Not available in all states.
All truckers to the jamboree. Every driver knows it's the place to be. At Interstate 80, exit 284, there's a big trucker party going on. So crank up the rigs and get them on the road. Cause everybody loves a good truckers show. There's antiques, super tents, and carnival games. It's so much fun, you're never gonna be the same. You walk on Iowa, USA. There's something for everyone to see. We're coming on truckers to the Truckers Jamboree.
July 13th through 15th, join us for the 44th Truckers Jamboree. Performing July 13th, Electric Shock, the AC/DC Experience. July 14th, Shenandoah. And July 15th, Danny Lynn Howe Band. All brought to you by Mobile Delvac, Freightliner Trucks, and Catskill. Shuttle rides will be available to and from the grounds. The Walk On Truckers Jamboree, July 13th through 15th at the world's largest truck stop.
Walk on Iowa, USA. There's something for everyone to see. We're coming on truckers to the Truckers Jamboree.
Free admission and parking.
Sponsored by I-80 Group. Overdrive, decades running pride and polished custom truck beauty competition this year ran a little later in the truck show season than usual. The virtual competition was scheduled to put a cap on an in-person show season. Overdrive collected dozens of competitive entries in 7 categories, put them all up for an audience vote, and unveiled the winner in an online presentation this fall that you can access at overdriveonline.com. Navigate to the pride and polish section. Also there, read profiles of each winner as the weeks go by to close out the year. Again, that's overdriveonline.com.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Vicki Barker in London. A dam in Russian-occupied Ukraine attacked and losing water. Each side blames the other.
The shelling of the dam has caused evacuations and threatens the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, according to one Ukrainian official who told the UN's highest court Russia is a terrorist state. The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency says a prolonged absence of cooling water could disrupt emergency generators at the nuclear plant. At least one Russian-controlled town near the dam is already underwater.
CBS's Cammie McCormick reporting in London a little while ago. Prince Harry arriving to give High Court testimony in a phone hacking trial. He's the first British royal in modern times to take the stand. He and several other celebrities are suing the Mirror newspapers over what they allege are illegal invasions of their privacy. Atlanta's City Council has approved a $90 million police and firefighting training center during an all-night hearing in which residents leveled charges like this.
What you have done is you have betrayed the trust of your constituents.
Local critics call it a waste of money and a gross misuse of public funds to build the huge facility in a large urban forest in a poor majority black area. When former President Donald Trump's lawyers went to the Justice Department yesterday to try to stave off possible criminal charges over classified documents found in Trump properties.
CBS News has learned that special counsel Jack Smith was there underscoring the seriousness of the discussion. Smith has not spoken publicly about the case, but has been moving aggressively behind the scenes to secure testimony from dozens of people close to the former president.
CBS's Robert Costa. Separation of church and state versus freedom of religion. Oklahoma's made a move that could end up before the Supreme Court. CBS's Jim Krasula reports.
A statewide education board in Oklahoma has voted 3-2 to approve an application from the Catholic Archdiocese of Oklahoma to establish a virtual Catholic charter school. The Oklahoma Attorney General has warned that the proposed online public charter school would be unconstitutional. It would be open to students across Oklahoma from kindergarten through 12th grade.
The group Americans United for Separation of Church and State has already vowed to challenge the move in court. 79 years ago today, D-Day, Allied forces landed on the beaches of Normandy, liberating France from its Nazi occupiers and turning the tide of World War II. Jake Larson was at commemorations there.
I'm 100 years old without an acre of pain. You can't fake that.
2,500 of his American comrades died that day. Dow futures down slightly ahead of the open. This is CBS News.
Need hires who dazzle without the hassle? You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See like 400 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The race for the Stanley Cup continues. Here's CBS's Stacey Lynn.
The Golden Knights won Game 2 of the Stanley Cup final, and it was all Vegas from the start Monday night. They dominated the Panthers 7-2. The officials were put to work as well, handing out over 100 penalty minutes in the game, including 11 misconducts. Game 3 is Thursday as the series moves to Florida.
CBS's Stacey Lynn reporting. And finally, from Panthers to Wolverines, the real-life four-footed variety spotted 3 times last month in the eastern Sierra Nevada in California. That's a rare occurrence for an animal that's only been seen one other time in California over the last 100 years. Though native to the state, they've been essentially extinct since the 1920s there. And across the Atlantic here in the UK, a butterfly considered extinct has been spotted in the London suburbs nearly a century after that species was thought to have died out. I'm Vicky Barker, CBS News.
Come to the Good Feet store, improving the quality of people's lives 2 feet at a time. In Montgomery at 7341 East Chase Parkway.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym. Yeah, and the community created something called Testament, which also boosts free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean. It's made a difference for you. Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I work in the gym and in the bedroom. Violence for people trying to themselves. Yeah, just need to send them a text.
Text cut to 321-321 right now. Complimentary of Eugenics Total T. Plus, text now and you can include a bottle of Eugenics Thermal and most powerful fat incinerating pepper to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text CUT to 321-321. That's cut to 321-321.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
AI don't need, wait a minute, AI don't need this. We gave people pay reading. Hey, I'm here. Individually trying to get the
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Verizon. Ready to take control of your phone plan? Well, then you better take that next turn to a Verizon store. Because my plan from Verizon is the kind of control we all deserve. Get exactly what you want. Only pay for what you need. Get my plan at your Verizon store today.
Mild and muggy start to our Tuesday morning. Many of you have only dropped down into the mid and upper 60s. And with dew points not far behind, there's definitely plenty of atmospheric moisture to talk about. So a few pop-up showers and storms are possible, but the majority of the area stays dry. There's only a few hours during the peak heating of the day where we see that. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Tuesday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area. Auburn, Greenville, no problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. High school students get a jump start on your college career with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Trenton State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening on this Tuesday in the news. A New Hampshire man is now in jail accused of threatening Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville. 66-year-old Brian Landry is charged with threatening to assault, kidnap, or murder a member of Congress. According to court documents, the threats are connected to the Senate's approval of military promotions. Former Vice President Mike Pence is officially joining the 2024 presidential.
Good. I'd vote for Mike.
He formally announced his candidacy on Wednesday ahead of a CNN presidential town hall that evening. It sets a potential clash with his former boss, then President Donald Trump. Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis are also running on the Republican side. And another candidate is planning to run this year, but not as a Democrat or a Republican. Philosophy professor and political activist Cornel West will run for the Tea Party. He says he wants to end poverty and pass.
Right. Go right ahead.
That's your news on this Tuesday.
There's but one way to end poverty is give everybody some money.
One search engine is used by 9 out of 10 consumers. It, the name begins with a G, and there are hundreds of things that can be ranked highly by that niche. Your website, your business profile, your social media, you find yourself on page 7. But at Cumulus Boost, we have the experts and resources to fix what's wrong and boost your findability, so you can rank higher than your competition. Get started today at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS boost.com. Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought.
Woo, it's cold, cold, cold. It's chilly, Willie. Get my coat back on. Okay. That's the black man in here. I need all this cold weather. Okay. Woo. Give me 74 degrees. Now 74 degrees, kind of cool. Give me 78 degrees and I'm good. Can I have 78 degrees? Can I have 78 degrees? Can I have? Can I have? Here we go. On the way. Everybody, every day. C-130 rolling down the track. Airborne Daddy on the one-way track. Oh. I like Nikki Haley. I can deal with Nikki Haley. She's all right. People with sense.
Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HOOD for 25 cents a gallon.
God, I can't believe we are a nation that fights about killing children. Whoever would have thought we'd get that low?
That reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-995-2929. 800-995-2929. 800-995-2929.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, you're starting to speak another language.
Babbel's lessons are voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no better way than
Babbel.
Text radio to 64,000 to try Babbel for free. Text radio to 64,000.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again, one more time, one more day, that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. You got the wake-up call this morning. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and it's time for our daily bread. A word from on high to change your perspective, or at least give you a different one. Either way, it's good for the soul. It is June the 6th. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Places of the Heart. Our scripture insight today comes from Exodus 20, 1 through 6. But Exodus 20:4 says, "You shall not make for yourself an image. Govern yourselves accordingly." And again, it is June the 6th, 2023. It is a day like all the other days that has never been. It is also a day that once it's gone, it will never, ever come again. You cannot summon it from the past. You can come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't. And you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, June the 6th, 2023, whatever it is that you do, make sure that you're proud of what you have done. If you've been around a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever you do, while you can, for as long as you can, until you can't, reach back every once in a while and give somebody else a helping hand. It's good for the soul. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, whatever it is, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful, because you're never a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never give up. You never, ever give up, because quitters never win. And while winners may fail at a thing or two, we all do, they will never be a failure. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever give up, because quitters don't win. And winners, well, they may not win them all, but they certainly win most of them. Good morning to you. Places of the heart. It is a great day to be alive.
Hey, welcome to another encouragement from Our Daily Bread. The devotional for today was written by Kenneth Peterson, and he titled it, Places of the Heart. Here are some vacation tips. The next time you're traveling through Middleton, Wisconsin, you might want to visit the National Mustard Museum. For those of us who feel that one mustard is plenty, this place amazes, featuring 6,090 different mustards from around the world. In McLean, Texas, you might be surprised to run across the Barbed Wire Museum. Or more surprised, there is such a passion for, well, fencing. It's telling what kinds of things we choose to make important. One writer says you could do worse than spend an afternoon at the Banana Museum, though we beg to differ. We laugh in fun, yet it's sobering to admit that we maintain our own museums, places of the heart where we celebrate certain idols of our own making. In the book of Exodus, God instructs us, "You shall have no other gods before me, and you shall not bow down to them or worship them." But we do anyway, creating our own graven gods, perhaps of wealth or lust or success, or of some other fill-in-the-blank treasure we worship in secret. It's easy to read this passage and miss the point. Yes, God holds us accountable for the museums of sin we create, but he also speaks of showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love him. He knows how trivial our museums really are. He knows our true satisfaction lies only in our love for him. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 6. And God spoke all these words: I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. Would you pray with me? Father God, we want you to be at the center of our lives. Open our eyes to the idols we keep and help us to release them to you, that we may trust only in you. Thank you, Lord. It's in your name that we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Wes Ward, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Time to rise and shine, people. Hey, no PT today. It's Tuesday. No PT. But we do got to, take care of some other stuff here. So let's get up. Time to rise and shine. Get the coffee cooking. Get some creamed beef on the toast. And get down to the mess hall. Time to rise and shine.
Bo diddly, have you heard? Bo diddly, have you heard?
Up on the blood from a big iron bird.
We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. And leap right out and count to 4. Leap right out and count to 4. If my man gone up in wide. If my man gone up in wide.
I got a reserve by my side.
Got a reserve by my side.
Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. La la, hey, hey. Sing it, man. Hey, la la, hey, hey. La ho. Well, a GI grits and a GI gravy. We're so glad we didn't join the Navy. Hey, la ho. The GI corn. We're so glad that we're airborne. Hey, la ho. Here we go. All the way. Every day. All the way. Oh, no. Hey. No. Not today. We're not doing PT today. I've had enough of that already. Now, let us all, however, salute our armed forces of the United States of America. So good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. They were extra motivated this morning. Hey, chill out. We'll get to that run tomorrow. Time to rise and shine, everybody. Give a shout out to all those people go in when everybody else is coming out. Good morning to you. Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Department, Sanitation Department, Maintenance Department, Sheriff Department. Good morning to all you folks. "79 years today. It was the invasion of Normandy." Whoa. I didn't hear that, but I heard about it. And good morning, and good morning again. You know, it was 79 years ago on this date, on that the invasion of Normandy, the Allied forces got together. Now I know they were still treating us kind of wrong back in the U.S., but for the most part, we've been a good country. You know, I wonder, will we ever? It is an interesting parallel, don't you think? 79 years ago, our nation was embroiled in a war, and the freedom, getting the freedom of Auschwitz and all those concentration camps and stuff over there. But back in our own country, and maybe that's why it's so difficult that we have a history in the world of going around the world freeing other people from their despots. But in this country, that's kind of one that, my mother has been catching hell, just for being black. I don't know if we'll ever. Um, I don't know. I hope we do at some point. It's kind of hypocritical though of us to go around the world and help other people, but the folks who have been born here, were treated so bad. And my mother was one of those people. And the stories she used to tell me were just, well, it just wasn't very good. wasn't too nice, as a matter of fact. But however, though, we sent out our prayers to the folks. If there's anybody in Montgomery here that participated in that ominous day, and that day that changed the world, at least for the time being, we salute you this morning. Let me make sure I get this one done right quick here. Alrighty then. Now we can go do what it is that we need to do. Well, the one thing that America gives us is an everlasting hope, Because without hope, well, life's not really worth living, is it? Good morning to you, Montgomery. We'll take a break after this. Come back with the lessons of life and the word of the day. Good morning to you. 79 years ago, our young men and women were storming the beaches. Many, many lost lives. But it was an effort to change the world, and change the world we did.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard treat is here. That's a delectable combination of Brookie and Oreo cookie pieces blended together in world-famous soft serve. You get all that and just one. And that treat is waiting for you only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
Mild and muggy start to our Tuesday morning. Many of you have only dropped down into the mid and upper 60s, and with dew points not far behind, there's definitely plenty of atmospheric moisture to talk about. So a few pop-up showers and storms are possible, but the majority of the area stays dry, and there's only a few hours during the peak heating of the day where we see that chance of showers and storms blossom. Highs are in the low 90s for our hottest spots today. We keep that going for the rest of the work week. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
A new record set for the longest sports match. But what about the new longest esports match? A minor league Counter-Strike team named SAW just had the longest day of their lives as they played a total of 222 rounds in 12-2 scoring. Whichever team gets the 16 points first wins the Counter-Strike match, so these series triple went the distance with 9 overtimes total. Would you be able to play that much Counter-Strike in one day? The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Rabies is a viral disease that can infect all mammals, including humans. This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dr. D. Jones. Protect yourself, your family, and your pet, not just by staying away from wild animals that often carry the virus, but also by getting your pets vaccinated. Raccoons and bats are the most common carriers of the rabies virus. The first reaction may be to approach a strange acting or injured animal, but oftentimes people are bitten or scratched while trying to help these animals. The best approach may be to contact your local animal control officers. If you are bitten or scratched by an animal, you should seek medical attention immediately. Although rabies is 100% fatal, it is also 100% preventable.
35.
Dr. Scott Harris.
40.
For more information, visit our website,
It's been a while. I've been down one time.
Now is the time to encourage the men and boys in your life to make that doctor's appointment you've been putting off, or talk to the doctor about the symptoms you've been having. We're outliving men by 5 years. Let's change that by raising awareness this month on preventable health problems, early detection, and treatment of diseases that impact men and boys.
Man, it's time to talk to the younger generation and encourage healthy lifestyles. Exercise more, drink more water, and cut down on junk food.
That's right.
Make set an example for our kids that will not only affect their lives, but the lives of their children. June is the perfect time to schedule your annual checkup and make those healthy lifestyle changes.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Russell Wilson here. To play 60 United Way in the NFL, healthy kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
history about the invasion of Normandy. And I gotta say, it's sure easy for the Hebrews heading home 79 years later. Think about it for a second. Think about it. We had people who knew, who absolutely knew that when those doors or those I forgot what they call those, those boats. I've been on one before, but I don't know what they're called. When the front door opens up and you come ashore, they knew that there was a 99% they were going to get killed when they leave. There is That's the America that I try to remember, although it's been, but I've been here for a while, since 1950. Anyway, that's people, and now we live in a country now where people are afraid because somebody hurts their feelings. Somebody hurts their feelings. You know, we live in a country where people they complain about not being called a woman when we know they're a man, but we about the most mundane things in America we complain about. I heard Cornel West this morning said that somebody said Cornel West is going to run for president, and his platform is to end poverty. He'll be running a long time. Okay, but just think about that. When you know, you know, and talk about courage. That is what courage is. Courage doesn't mean that you're not scared. It means even though you are scared as hell, you still do what must be done. And those men and boys and older men in 1944 who went ashore on Normandy Beach and other places, what can you say? And you talk about the greatest generation. That's why they're called the greatest generation. They knew what was waiting for them. Thousands of men, hundreds of men died on that day, on this day, 79 years ago. So yeah, and if it were not for this thing this country had with race, we would be, I think historically one of the greatest countries to ever possess ground geography in the world. This country, always willing to help out others, always willing to go someplace and help everybody else, even if it meant, even if it meant losing our own lives, our American lives. We did what we thought was the right thing. I think one of the things that gets us in America today that we don't really know, we can't really explain what is right anymore. And we try to explain how we feel for what is right. Our world changed on this day, some 79 years ago. Some for the best, some not so good. But for the most part, the sacrifice of these young men and boys saved us a lot more hell than we would have been saved had they not done it. So I salute them this morning, and I'm just glad I wasn't there. I tell you the truth, I'm glad I wasn't there, but I'm doubly glad that there have been people in this country who are willing to give all they had from World War One, World War II, Vietnam, because we don't know, like the boys who rode those beaches, who got on those things and invaded Normandy, just like Vietnam and the Gulf War, Desert Storm, Afghanistan, all the other places. We don't know why we're there. All we know that our job is to go where we're told to go, do what we're told to do, and Lord have mercy, hopefully we'll make it back home. A lot of those young men never made it back home from all of those wars. I think we owe them a debt of gratitude. Even though our own house needed some cleaning, You know, our own house. We didn't have it all together over here at that time, but we did have. We, that is. I think was it Ronald Reagan said, "Where do we get such men?" And he said, "Such men come from your neighborhood store, your neighborhood farm, your schools, teachers, machinists, mechanics. They come from your next door neighbor. They come from your next door neighbor's son. They come from in your own house." Because America's always had a willingness to do what needed to be done in order to, and like Ronald said, we will sacrifice um, anything we have to do because freedom is a wonderful thing. But like Ronald Reagan said, freedom must be maintained. It must be maintained each and every day, each and every generation, each and every year. Because what comes easy don't last long. And what lasts long did not come easy. So just my little commemoration of the things that happened on this day 79 years ago. And didn't make us a perfect country, but it surely made us a great one. So we got some things to work out. We got some things to work out. Well, it did. But anyway, good morning to you. Hope that they find you well, but somebody's got to mention it. Somebody's got to mention it. And so I thought I did that. The Lions, absolutely. Thank you, LCVP. Thank you very much for the color landing craft vehicle. Yeah, personnel vehicle. Thank you very much. I been on one, but didn't know what they call it. All I know is when you're private, you don't know, you don't know what to call nothing. You just go where they say go. And so that's what I did. I was getting on the kitty hawk off of that thing. But it was interesting. It took me out to the side of the aircraft carrier. We climbed up these ropes. I just knew I was never coming home. I didn't know where I was going, but I know I was going someplace. I would tell you where I was going, but then I would have to breach the security, the security that I was getting. So I'm just can't tell you. One of these days I'll write a book. Anyway, good morning to you. And I'm not a hero. Not even in many sense of the word. But these men who landed on those beaches, knowing that probably 50% of them would not live to see the day out. I want you to think about that for a second. That is an incredible people. That is an incredible people who do that. Again, that's bravery. That's bravery. That's courage. So I asked the question this morning: do we have that? Do we still have those kinds of people that are courageous today? I don't know. I do not know. In the military, sure. The rest of us, okay, the rest of us. I don't know if we have it anymore. Do we have men like that still today? I surely hope we do someday. Anyway, good morning to you. It is time for Lessons of Life and the Word of the Day. The Word of the Day means to assert or affirm with confidence, declare in a positive or peremptory manner. And the word is aver, A-V-E-R. To assert or affirm with confidence, declare in a positive and peremptory manner. And the lessons of life today is a simple one. You may think you have arrived. Once you get that job and that nice car and that great neighborhood and white picket fence, you may think you have arrived. You may think that. Nothing wrong with thinking. Thinking's good. That's what the Lord gave you a brain. Let me introduce you to something that you probably never thought of. You never, ever stop learning, whether you want to or not, because life never stops teaching you. Your goal, my friends, is to understand the reason for the lesson. And that's life. Never stop learning, whether you want to or not, because life never stops teaching us. Your goal and my goal is to understand the lesson. So when you think you've arrived, think again. It is June the 6th. It is the 157th day of the year. There are 208 days left. It was on this day in 1944, during World War II, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France on D-Day as they began the liberation of German-occupied Western Europe. 1654, Queen Christina of Sweden abdicated. She was succeeded by her cousin Charles X. Gustav. In 1799, American politician and orator Patrick Henry died at Red Hill Plantation in Virginia. In 1816, the snowstorm struck northeastern U.S., heralding what will become known as the Year Without Summer. In 1918, U.S. Marines suffered heavy casualties as they launched their eventually successful counteroffensive against German troops in World War I Battle of Bull Wood in France. 1925, Walter Percy Chrysler founded the Chrysler Corporation. In 1933, the first drive-in theater was opened by Richard Hollingshead in Camden County, New Jersey. The movie was shown was Wives Beware, starring Adolph Menu, or some close to it. 1939 was the year the first Little League game was played in London. Lumber defeated Lycoming Dairy in 28-3 in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Well, that's what I call a decisive victory. 1966, Black activist James Meredith was shot and wounded as he walked along a Mississippi highway to encourage Black voter registration. In 1968, on this day, Senator Robert F. Kennedy died in Good Samaritan Hospital in Los Angeles, 25.5 hours after he was shot by Sirhan Bashar Sirhan. 1978, California voters overwhelmingly approved Proposition 13, a primary ballot initiative calling for major cuts in property taxes. We need to have some of that down here. 1982, Israeli forces invaded Lebanon to drive out Palestine, the Palestine Liberation Organization, otherwise known as PLO, fighters of that country. The Israeli withdrew in June 1985. In 1985, authorities in Brazil exhumed a body later identified as the remains of Dr. Joseph Mengele, the notorious angel of death of the Nazi Holocaust. And it was 14 years ago, President Barack Obama visited the American cemetery of Omaha Beach in France to commemorate the 65th anniversary of D-Day. 79 years, yeah. Let me see. Oh, yeah, here's whatever. Oh, 9 years ago, men who stormed Normandy shore 70 years earlier joined world leaders in paying tribute to the 150,000 Allied troops who risked and lost their lives in the D-Day landing. And it was 5 years ago, breaking with President Donald Trump, House Speaker Paul Ryan said there was no evidence that the FBI had planted a spy in Trump's 2016 presidential campaign in an effort to hurt his chances of the vote. Well, we know that's a lie. Trump commuted the life sentence of Alice Marie Johnson, who had spent more than 2 decades behind bars for drug offenses. Her cause had been championed by reality TV star Kim Kardashian West. Carrie Underwood continued to make history as the most decorated act in the CMT Awards as a new award. Female video gave her 18 wins overall. Blake Shelton walked away from the night's top prize video of the year. Hall of Fame second baseman Red Skarnderdijs, or something close to it, also managed the St. Louis Cardinals for 2 pennants, the World Series and championship, died at the age of 95. Some of the things we are celebrating this day: International No Diet Day. If you had a diet today, you can skip it. National Nurses Day. We appreciate the nurses. In some ways, they are far more important than the doctor. Dr. John A. Go, a cardiothoracic surgeon, Appreciation Day, early May bank holiday. So just put up all your banking chores today and just spend the money tomorrow. Great Lakes Awareness Day. Okay, and Melanoma Day. Melanoma, the deadliest type of skin cancer, is developed by 1 out of every 50 Americans. National Beverage Day, whether you prefer hot or cold, there's one for every day. The National Crepe Souffle Day, or Day, whatever that is. It's an A. National Meeting Planners Appreciation Day, the National Open Farm Day. I don't know what that means, but that's what it is. National Tony Day. So if your name is Tony, today's your day. National Tourist Appreciation Day. Especially Montgomery, let's keep it afloat. Orthodox Easter Monday Day. Okay, so those are the days. Some of the days in America. Now, other people are probably celebrating other kinds of days, but that's where we're going. That's where we're going to start with our day. Okay? So let's take a break, and we'll come back. Uno momento, and let you guys handle your business. Okay, we'll be back after the message. Well, it's actually not a message. It's a top of the hour break. So we'll be back. So let's go. Really, we'll be back. Well.
News update on News Radio 1440.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. Ukraine accuses Moscow of blowing up a major dam in the Russian-occupied Kherson region.
Russia's actions are the actions of a terrorist state.
Ukrainian diplomat Anton Koronevich, speaking at the International Court of Justice in The Hague.
Russia cannot defeat us on the battlefield. So, it targets civilian infrastructure to try to freeze us into submission.
European leaders have also denounced the destruction of the dam as a war crime. CBS's Kevin McCormick. Russia blames Kyiv for the attack of could threaten operations at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant downstream. High-level, high-stakes talks at the Justice Department currently mulling federal charges against former President Donald Trump over the classified documents found in Trump properties. CBS's Robert Costa has the line.
Three of Trump lawyers were seen by CBS News who entered the Justice Department to meet with top officials, including Special Counsel Jack Smith. Sources say Smith's presence during the nearly 2-hour meeting underscored the seriousness of the discussions, and he weighs whether to bring criminal charges against Trump. Sources with knowledge of the probe say the investigation is now likely in its final phase.
California just might file kidnapping charges over the asylum seekers who arrived by 2 private jets in 2 days, apparently flown in from Florida.
It's on the table. It's one of the potential legal violations we're looking at.
State Attorney General Rob Gonzo, these loans are for by the still in California. Actors may join writers to get one. Members of SAG-AFTRA, the union which represents more than 160,000 actors and performers, have voted to organize a strike ahead of their negotiations with Hollywood studios. Nearly half of its members took part in the strike authorization vote. Almost 98% of them voted in favor of joining the Writers Guild if contract talks stall. Stacey Lynn, CBS News. Go down in a London courtroom where Prince Harry is testifying in a phone hacking trial this hour. Royal commentator Ashwell Hagen.
It's majorly significant
the royal family or the potential next as well. The first family to testify in court in 107 years has among multiple celebrities sued the Mirror newspapers for alleged phone hacking and other intrusions. And another study finds that rest is best for babies who miss their babyhood. University researchers say children who are breastfed are 3 times more likely to achieve top grades in standardized exams as teenagers. And the longer they're breastfed, the higher their grades. Researchers excluded other factors such as parental intelligence and socioeconomic status. This is CBS News.
Hiring is a lot easier with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even in this difficult job. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
Meanwhile, 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free.
Oh,
ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The U.S. is keeping its ties with the Australian military despite a war crime scandal down under.
Under normal procedures, the U.S. automatically bans cooperation with military units implicated in human rights violations. As was the case with the Australian court declared last week, the country's most decorated living soldier, Ben Robert Smith, was involved in war crimes. Australia's Defence Minister Richard Marles unsatisfied. He says there's no damage over this violation and the US is not seeking a ban. Scott Mayman for CBS News, Canberra, Australia.
And finally, one of America's most notorious traitors, Robert Hansen, has died in his prison cell at 79, apparently taking one last secret with him. Former FBI agent was paid about $1.4 million for secrets to Moscow, but he and his family lived a very simple life. All that money is apparently never been traced. I'm Vicki Barker, CBS News.
You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use Telly Tires and Auto Centers. ZipRecruiter helps you find all the right people, even see what employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Man, you know, I went to 43money.com yesterday, and there, $5 grand was in my account today. Straight up.
Now hold on, 43money.com.
43money.com. Personal loan. Even if you don't have it, man, that's always. You need that.
It's the Dan Bongino Show. It's from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
All right, again. Good morning. It is 7:08 in the morning. It is a Tuesday morning, as a matter of fact. Second day of the week, I guess, and means that now everybody should realize that they're actually back at work. But hey, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe, no, okay. No, this is, okay. I thought this was the beginning of June 19th. Okay. What's this weekend? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I gotta get my mirror. I gotta get my, okay, so the day is the 6th. Okay. Okay, no, that's week after that. Okay, then we get a holiday coming. Okay, that's good. All right, it'll be Juneteenth. I don't really know exactly what Juneteenth is. I think they said that's when everybody in Texas got the word that the brothers was free. They might be hungry, but they were free. You know, they were let go. The day is the 6th day of June, the 79th year after the invasion of Normandy in 1944. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's feeling pretty good this morning. 860-1440 is the number here. Want to give us a call or talk to you, whatever on your mind. And today, I'm gonna try to do something that I don't know. Plus there's a city council meeting today. I'll get to the we'll get to the what do you call the thing that they do? The agenda. Later on in the show. Also, there seems to be some rumblings. Now, there were some rumblings about somebody running against the mayor. And I heard the name, but I'm not going to say anything about the name because it was never made official. It was just one of those things that they were floating a name around to see whether or not this person may have had a chance of, winning. And I think they concluded that probably not. So let's just leave that alone. I'm not saying the mayor can't be beat. I'm just saying whoever's going to beat him better have a whole lot of cash and a whole lot of name recognition. I mean, and Jesus is not running. So, but hey, I don't know, but I'm going to sit on the side of the road here and see what happens. Now, somebody got into District 4, City Council District, a woman named, what is her last name? I couldn't figure. I can't pronounce her first name because we have this thing of names sometimes, and I don't really know how to pronounce it. But it looks like it sounds kind of a nice name. What's that name? Where's that name at? I got it on my thing right here someplace. I got it. So anyway, Kalia or something like that. Anyway, I can't remember. I got it on the figure, so I can't even find it. Anyway, she's running in District 4 with the against Audrey Graham, and we'll see. But again, if they're too scared to come up here, they don't. They're not worth running. If they scared, if they run away, if they wait till the last week to come up here and say, I didn't know nothing about you. Anybody who said they know anything about me runs for politics are lying. They're just lying. Just lying. I'm the man. I mean, me. Who knows more about local politics on the airways but me? I know. Okay, so if they say they had never heard of me, they just be lying. They lying. So now, if you think that you're gonna run for office in this city and not stop by my office up here and talk to me and my peoples, then you might as well just you might as well just stop running now. Okay. If you can't take easy questions from me, then certainly you can't take questions from anybody. Okay, because although I'm not a novice and I'm not an idiot, but I'm just saying, if you can't take questions from me, then you're not. It's not worth considering. Okay? See, I like a person who brings a good argument. See, and you don't even have to be right. As long as you put forth the effort, you know what I'm saying? Put forth the effort. And as soon as I figure what this woman's name is, they had a press conference yesterday. I just can't figure out what her name. I couldn't pronounce the name. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. Now I think her last name is Bale. Uh, Kahlia. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kahlia Bale. I guess that's how we're going to pronounce it. I don't know why that H is in there. But anyway, Bale. So she's a new entry into District 4 City Council race. Welcome into the game. You know, I get ready to play. Okay, I'm just saying. So she's running, and now I didn't get any notes. I didn't get any press release or anything about this. You know, they don't want me there. I guess I don't know. They didn't know nothing like that. So I had to find out on Facebook that this person was in there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad there are people willing to get involved in the process. I am. I am glad because without people willing to get involved in the process, there's no process. So that's good. So we have an opportunity to talk to her, maybe change gears. I'll let Roberta you say change gears. So we'll talk to her and see what's on her mind. Okay, I'm just saying. Let me see who this before I get to my main subject today. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But she still got to answer the questions though. You know, she still got, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
People from Washington, D.C. are your city council person or your county commissioner. Then also, I hear maybe not on your radio, a guy named Austin Bucket, he could take on Rockford. You know, in this report, I heard about the city about him. We was cutting take your record, right? 4 5 minutes.
You got to come to the big. You got to come to the main man. Hey, I'm the man. Mm-hmm. I ain't doing nothing with you right now. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, we'll see. If the first person comes in and says, "I'm gonna fix education," you know they're not serious. Then, yeah. Well, no, they're not as serious. Exactly. Right, because there's nothing they can do about it. Not,
Anyway, we put them in office down there. They don't supposed to keep people in prison for the nation.
Right, but a mayor can't do anything about prison. A city council person can't do nothing about prison. They can't do nothing about education. They can't do nothing about education. Nothing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, now let me ask you. Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Has any of our representatives ever got you a meeting with the governor? So evidently they can't do it. But they've never done it. They never done it. So maybe they can't. That's okay. It's good to be talked about. But have they ever done it? Mm. All right. Yeah. Sure they are. But that and that's the problem we've had in our politics. Everybody talks a good game, but they don't know how to do anything. Mhm. Okay, and we've been listening to that for 45 years. Well, I've been here 32 years. I've heard the same thing every election season, and nothing changes. Well, not just you, but they didn't really get a whole lot done either. They didn't get a lot done either. They didn't get a lot done either since I've been here. Now, Emma did say that. He did say that. Yeah, he did say they did that. Hmm. Close what thing? Oh, no, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't did. No, no, it was never. It was no. It it was never going to happen. It was never going to happen. And he ought to. And yes, I want them to do it. I want them to do it. They use government agencies. Yeah. Well, whatever. Right. I gotta run. I gotta run. But yeah, do whatever it takes. 7:20 in the morning. Do whatever it takes if you believe in it. Good morning. Good morning.
They talk about schools, they talk about stuff they can't do anything about, but the things that they could do something about, as he referred to, cutting grass, keeping the ditches clean, the nuts and bolts of the city. That's what they can do something about it. And they put all this money into downtown. Downtown looks great, and everybody's going, it's a tourist tour. And everybody's gonna come down there and see it. But the majority, no, 95, 98% of the people don't live down there. I mean, they got their neighborhoods. That's what they could. I mean, look at Bay Street around the interstate. I mean, all that stuff is depressed looking. It needs to be cleaned and refurbished. And I mean, I got a family member that lives in Carriage Hill, and I mean, they're just gonna repave the streets, mark them. I mean, and just doing the bare basics, Mayor. And that's what if you keep you keep doing all this fluff stuff on the outside, then it takes away from the attention of what's these.
Now, I would tell you something. You know, we do have a CEO of the, I think it's called a COO of the city of Montgomery now, retired Army, Air Force colonel. And I'm going to assume he's down there to make sure that the mayor is informed of these things. And so what I'm gonna try to get him on, because I mean the mayor's only one person, and I understand that, but we hired somebody else now to go down there and hopefully straighten things out. Because I've been needing that for years. So we'll talk to him, see if we can get a chance to talk to him and bring him on. Because we keep hiring all these people, getting all these new departments, the Office of Violence Prevention. Hell, violence keeps going up. That's $250,000 we can put someplace else. Mm-hmm. But see, it's my understanding though that money like that can only be spent on the purpose by which it was given. They just can't take the money and start paving streets over Montgomery. It's my understanding. You can't use it like that, government money. Mm. If they wanted to. All right. Since I've been here. All we get is different people and the same results. So I'm just trying to figure maybe. Yeah. So hey, maybe this year will be different. I don't know. 7:25 in the morning. We'll be back. Uno momento. Okay. So just don't go away. We'll be back. Oh, and when we come back, I guess I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I believe it was March 27th that we actually hired what's called a COO, the Chief Operating Officer, retired Colonel, the Vice Wing Commander, Jeremy Reed, as Chief Operating Officer for the City of Montgomery, effective March 27th. I don't know exactly what he does, but I know, we need to, because we got a mayor, and now we got a COO. So what's the COO do? Okay, so we need to talk to Jeremy. Colonel, sir, I'm sorry, so I got respect to get a brother's name right. So I'm just trying to figure out that you need to come on up here and let's talk, Mr. Reed. Well, his name is Reed also, but spelled differently than Mayor Reed's name is. His name is spelled R-E-I-D. But don't think he's related to the mayor's name. Reed is R-E-E-D. So, unless, nah, they wouldn't do that. We'll be back.
Can't get through a workday without pain. Can't go shopping without limping down the aisles. I'm Dr. Brian Killey, a board-certified podiatrist with specialized training in endoscopic procedures. That's 265-7585. So your Greenville and surrounding areas for over a decade. All open for directions to the office, hours of operation, and patient paperwork are all just a click away. You can also find useful information on common conditions and services that we provide. I'm Dr. Brian Kelly with Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet, start here. This presentation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatric performance of services. Incidents of pressing all the elevator buttons up to fingers. Got for your typical day, but noticed on the team off stick wasn't ordered through Easy Cater. Line separation for lunch as previously announced all the way has now been downgraded to hopefully soon. Newsflash, it's hard when you put a place. Hey, it's hard, easy. Exclusive parts delivered on time and available for over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at easycater.com. Your credit. Security today I'm taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish, so we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast. Want to start getting conversational in another language in as good as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by one
All he wanted.
the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language. If you're trying to find a company like celebrating 10 years subscription service, now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBL.com. Has now been downgraded to That's what I do.
Trexel could help you. Trexel, FDA medication that reduces cravings and pleasure from drinking, making it easier to drink less or quit alcohol altogether. And you can see improvement almost immediately. What are your challenges with alcohol? Mild, moderate, or severe? Or health makes it simple to get started with treatment. Just text GAMBREE to 323232 to get a secure link to our private online assessment. One of our licensed medical
Really? Okay, we're back. Okay, 860-1440. You want to text me 241-9998. Area code 334-241-9998. If you don't want to be heard on the radio down here. Okay, let's get close. See who's there. I get to Mr. Reed's job at the city nowadays. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Oh, bunch of. I'm not putting all this on him. I'm just yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you want it. Who's the guy that's running for second? Isn't there a guy named Carmacki or something like that? Who's running? There's one person I only know, Michael something, or got a like a Polish name. Now Beard, the woman Beard, she's running. Mm, yeah, yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I talked to him. Yeah, I've had an opportunity to talk to him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. it ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, because I know the road you was talking about. I've been down that road with you. Yeah, yeah, it is. Hey, appreciate. I got to run because I'm running out of time here. Good morning, who's this? Hold on a second. Let me get that right. Good morning. I'm doing fine. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hmm. I truly, I don't know. I think it was. I think I was in an APC or something. We was in a boat. Then I was in. Then I was wait. Then I was in Hawaii. It was on the side of the ship. Yeah. Have you ever been on one? Wait a minute. Have you ever? Yeah. Don't try to talk. Have you ever been on an aircraft carrier? Have you ever been on an aircraft carrier? Okay, and so have I when I was in in San Diego. As a matter of fact, the boat was so big, it was so big, I didn't even see it out there. Why? Let me ask you, what the hell I got a lot of you for? You still there? I mean, seriously, give me a break. Good morning, who's this? Yes, all the time. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Right. Because Rush Limbaugh, and I didn't know that until Rush Limbaugh said on the air one day, he said, when you talk about budgets, it's about the increases in it, not the, you're right, you still don't get paid. That lie they try to scare the American people on so they can sign all kinds of things and put all kinds of things in it without telling you. I knew they were lying. They will never do that. We already got a budget. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So it's a scare tactic. It's a scare tactic every year so they can get something extra added to it. That's all. I wasn't even worried about it. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. If they think January 6th was tough, let them mess with these people's money. It's going to be January 6th 4.0. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, appreciate it. Let me see who's next. Who's next? Who's next? Good morning. Who's this? Right, right, right. Mhm. Right, right. Yeah. I think I got there, but it's been a while back. I think I got there by some sort of AP. I call it in land. It's called an AP, all purpose vehicle. But in the water, the Marines use this thing, and I didn't know how deep we were in the water. It uses this thing. It goes in the water, but it looks like an APC. And I think it's how. Yeah, yeah. And it was I was so scared to climb up that doggone rope that I just knew I was going to hit the water. I just knew it was over. No. Yeah. Well, I can't blame him for that. I mean, you can't be a leader of men if you're drunk. Yeah. 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 Outstanding. Outstanding. Yeah, I remember that. As a matter of fact, the boat, the Kitty Hawk, the Kitty Hawk, I think it was Kitty Hawk, it was in San Diego. It was so big that I'm looking out there looking for it, and it's right in front of me. And I swear you, I didn't really see it. Evidently, the way they paint it and all that stuff, I mean, I was just looking at it. Yeah, corn out. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Wow. You know, hey man, appreciate it. Gotta take a break. We'll be back. I don't know that. I think that guy just jealous. Listen, man, you come to the house, look at all my stuff on the wall. I just come by and look at it. Okay? I didn't spend 20 years in, but I did a lot of things in the time I was in. You know, we'll be back. That's what I was with the Rangers, baby. Okay, and the 82nd Airborne. Okay, I served with First Special Forces. Okay, those are high speed units that always going somewhere doing something different. Okay, I'm just telling you that's the way it goes. That's the way I roll. We'll be back. Come take my home.
This is not a law firm. This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. We think you tell your family about buying a timeshare, you may not have. Hello, I'm Chuck Now, CEO of Capital Western Financial Group. 2 years ago, I started people after the timeshare. In the process, starting was now called the timeshare cancellation. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy. You can't tell me how much you pay for cash. Or when it's really in, when you buy a timeshare, you're doing a project with it. The amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fee. It's never win. If you only got enough families, now go to the burden. Not this, that, or these things. Come on. If we take you to fly, I guarantee we'll pay for you or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-919-1441. 800-919-1441. 800-919-1441.
Alrighty then. Okay, we're back. 860-1440 is the number here at 7:52 in the morning. So if you want to get your chime on, who's here going? Good morning, thanks for holding. Good morning, Ed. Yeah, okay, now let me just say it. Let me just say this one more time, Ed. I don't know who's on the phone. Okay, I don't know who's on the. No, 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 no. You give me a bad rep. No, you brought it up. I do not know. Let me say this one more time. I do not know who's on the phone waiting. All right there, Mr. Ed. Come on, who's this? Yes, sir. Ain't that the truth? No, listen, you don't have to wait. You don't have to remember it if it's true. That's right. You don't have to remember it if it's true. So I think he's jealous. He wanted to see my jump wings or something. I mean, he was an Air Force guy. I ain't mad at him. I mean, but yeah. Right. Well, I was only in. Right, I was with special ops. Even though I was in food service, I served with the high speed units. SF, Rangers, 82nd Airborne. I mean, I didn't want to do the cook thing, but they told me the only way I could get to the Rangers was become a cook because that's what they needed at that time. And you recruit. You know about that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: the paratroopers are, and the Rangers, and especially SF guys. Yeah, they're a different breed of soldiers. I mean, some people join the military just to get a check. And checks are good, but when you go that extra step, Ranger, Airborne, and all that stuff, and SF, you got a little bit more. You got a little bit more gumption in you. Yeah. Well, it don't make no difference, brother. On the ground, we the same. Yeah, I am. I wish somebody would catch me in a lie. Anyway, anyway. All right. Well, okay. I got time for one more call. Well, I got a lie. Come on, man. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. I'm doing fine. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. Time's up this hour. We got one more hour left, but don't worry about it. We're going home. I can discuss. All right. Hey, you got about 30 seconds. You want to call now or you want to call back? All righty then. You got 30 seconds. You want to call back? Yeah, you want to call me back? Because we don't have a lot. I got about 15 seconds. Uh, all right. All right. Airborne. Let us take a break, and we'll be back. Uno momento. 2, 3, 4, 5.
USFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
The New Hampshire made a current running Alabama Senator Thomas Coverville. 66-year-old Brian Landry is charged with threatening to assault, kidnap, or murder a member of Congress. According to court documents, the threats are connected to the Senate's approval of military promotions. Former Vice President Mike Pence is one of the first presidential race that the Republicans can't see on Wednesday at the CNN presidential town hall that evening. So, the flash, the as Cornell West is on the party.
WLWI is News Radio 1440, also heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Vicki Barker in London. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky blaming Russia for shelling a major dam in southern Ukraine.
Zelensky has placed the blame squarely on Russia's shoulders, while the Kremlin has accused Kiev of blowing it up. The dam is in Russian-occupied territory and is important for the safe running of the Kremlin-controlled Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, which Moscow-backed authorities say is stable for now.
CBS's Deborah Pata in Kharkiv, Ukraine. Instead of building a $90 million police and firefighter training center, this Atlanta resident among those telling the city council to
make investments that are necessary to create true public safety. Invest in affordable housing. Invest in affordable health care.
At the end of the all-night session, the city council approved the center, which will be built in an urban forest in a largely black area. Another Republican hat's thrown into the ring, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie launching his presidential bid at a rally in Manchester, New Hampshire today. These locals already weighing in.
Chris Christie's getting in this just to attack Trump. I don't think he has any real goals at trying to become president.
I think Christie's great too. I think the more the competition, the better we can see who Donald Trump really is and who these guys are.
Former Vice President Mike Pence formally launches his campaign tomorrow. One of America's worst traitors has died. Robert Hansen was found dead in his prison cell. CBS's Cammie McCormick tells us the former FBI agent sold secrets, big secrets, to Moscow.
His disclosures included U.S. nuclear war preparations, a secret eavesdropping tunnel under the Soviet embassy in Washington, and he betrayed double agents, one of whom was executed.
Hansen was 79. From traitors to heroes. 79 years ago today, Allied forces landed on the beaches of Normandy, turning the tide of World War II. CBS's Elaine Cobb reports from Paris.
Just one of the almost 200 French fighters who joined the Normandy landings in 1944 is still alive. Léon Gautier is 100 years old and was back on the beaches today for commemoration ceremonies led by French President Emmanuel Macron. Gautier told reporters he will never forget that June 6th, nor the friend who was killed just feet away from him. And he warns that peace is fragile and must not be lost again. Elaine Cobb, CBS News, Paris.
2,500 Americans were among the soldiers who died on D-Day. And Prince Harry has been giving blistering testimony at a phone hacking trial in London, accusing the Mirror Group newspapers of intrusions that blighted his childhood, adolescence, and adult life. This is CBS News.
Need hires who dazzle without the hassle? You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Oscar-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr.'s rape trial getting underway today.
The trial stems from a lawsuit in 2020 where a woman claims Gooding sexually assaulted her in his Manhattan hotel room after they met at a bar. The actors already faced criminal prosecution in New York City several years ago for groping several women. 3 of those women will be allowed to testify at this trial as the judge says their allegations are relevant. Jury selection begins today. Gooding maintains his innocence and denies the rape allegation. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
And finally, another study that finds breast is best for babies long after their babyhood. Oxford University researchers say children who are breastfed are 3 times more likely to achieve top grades in standardized exams as teenagers. And the longer they're breastfed, the higher their grades. They excluded other factors like parental intelligence and socioeconomic status. I'm Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
All right. Our numbers are 860-1440 if you want to get in and have a conversation about whatever you want to talk about. But I'm going to try to get the COO of the city on Mr. Reed, nice guy, Wilbur Colonel. So you a little bit more than I do probably. Good morning. Who's this? You know what? I'm getting it. No. I'm just. Let me ask something. What difference does it make to you? That's right. Okay. Well, then, wait a minute. If I'm a liar, how does? Well, I just asked you. How does that hurt you? I mean, really, how does it? How does it hurt you? Well, I said I went to Vietnam. I never said I went to Vietnam. What? Prove it. Listen. If you wait a minute. If you have proof, please put it on Facebook. Let me see. Why does anybody? Why do you get a check? Wait a minute. Why do you get one? Okay then. I spent one because I spent about 13 years almost in there. Well, some of it was reserved time. No, I had to about 13. All right, man. I gotta go. I can only take so much comedy in one morning. Uh, is the number here. You want to give us a call? We love to talk to you. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. I'm doing fine. Oh, General Admiral McRaven. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Why do you care about it? Why do you really care about it? But I don't gamble. I don't gamble. I don't care. So why are you worried about it? That's got nothing to do with gambling. No, I don't want to argue, but I just no. I know, but all right, all right. You're dragging this statement on. Anyway,
And they were talking about some things that they get ready to pass and the waning days of this legislative session. Well, one gentleman actually brought it up. He says they're not going to vote on gambling because enough people haven't came on board yet, or we haven't got rid of the people that were bought and paid for gambling interest. So we're not going to vote on it. He says we shouldn't vote on that gambling until we come up with some kind of regulatory commission or something to regulate gambling. Like legalizing which is one thing, drugs is another. But gambling, all they got to do is go to the state website and gambling commission, and you can download the most thorough of all the regulated gambling in the industry.
right. But let me ask you a question. First of all, I've never gambled, won't gamble. If you're fool enough to go give your money, but if you're fool enough to go give your money away to a gambling machine, a one-arm band, or whatever you want to call it, because and you know it's not regulated, that's your problem. What's that got to do with you gambling with your own money? Hmm. Okay. And again, but you said there is no law, right? And they put Whitehall out of business up there. I mean, they did to a lot of people. So don't gamble. People shouldn't gamble. Mhm. But we sell alcohol. And people kill each other and get cirrhosis of the liver and all kinds of things. We sell it. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. That you can control by keeping your money. Mm. When you gamble, you should don't help them. It is. I mean, I've been trying to give up Coca-Cola. We all got something that gets us. I mean, don't, yeah. And nothing's gonna be done about it because he said. Well, nothing's gonna be done about it because he said something. But let me ask him, has he did anything? Has he did anything? Okay. Mm. Yeah. Electronic. Yeah. Yeah. By law, they can't, but by the law, but politically, nobody's going to mess with them. Well, if I could buy you, I'd buy you too. Yeah. No, 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 I ain't getting no check. I'm not getting the check, brother. We good. Let me take a break on that one, and we'll come back. No, I wish the PCI would give a brother a check. The advertising, of course.
Weather forecast.
Double. Restaurants all check it out for yourself. Check it out.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned. On News Radio 1440. Radio 1440 and News Radio 1440.com. Real sense of danger and news people on PTSD. So things are going well, I guess. Being documented on morning all the time. It also feels like we have this massive hangover. No shit.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, something costs less, but people are happier with it. That sounds like something to look into. And that's Medishare. Maybe you've heard switching to Medishare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge. But it's also true that people will way more satisfied after making the switch. Too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double the typical health insurance plan. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have saved more than $3 billion in return for bills. Love having telehealth and a huge nation of continuing network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want to feel happy with it, you can call right now. You can start within 2 minutes. Really, really smooth. Whatever you need. 855-51 Bible. That's 855-51 Bible. 855-51 Bible.
I don't have a.
Yeah, you know it. I went to 23money.com yesterday. Yeah, 5 grand you like that today. You know, yeah, man, that's right. 23money.com. It's Mark Levin. On News Radio 14.
Okay, we're back. I've been called a lie every long time. I told some lies. No, true, but I think we pretty much all can told a couple here and there. But I don't rely on my, shall we say, my stellar record, you know, which can be extolled by my certificates on my wall at home. I'm just saying. Anyway, 860, I don't know why people, that's because they think because you work in food service, you're an idiot and you didn't do anything else. But I was with high speed units and I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed my time. Matter of fact, the only reason why I was in that job, particular job, that I wanted to go to them high speed units. Anyway, that's right. Hey, one more thing. Down go to the phone. One more thing. You know, I have jumped on the airplanes with the 82nd Airborne, Rangers, and Special Forces. That's not what you know that. Okay. I'm probably the only guy in town who did that. Me. That's right. I'm man. Now I didn't halo. Don't make me wrong. I didn't halo. You know, that's too high to go up. I don't know how high them guys go up. But you halo, that's a long way up in the sky. Right? You know, me, I'm good with the static line. We good. All right then. Good morning. Who's this? What you worry about, bro? Okay. What's your problem? Yeah, what's your problem? Well, what's your problem, bro? Just tell me what your problem is. We can talk about it for a second. Okay. Wait, wait a minute. No, you did not. You have no. Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We fought we have a constitutional republic. Those guys gave their lives for. They got a right to burn the flag. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I do. No. He was complaining. I don't care if you gamble all your money away. Just don't tell. I don't care if no. Wait a minute. No. It don't need to be regulated. You don't need to gamble. But if you want to gamble, go for it. Anything, and you can drink yourself to death right now. So so they don't have to regulate. The regulation is you. not trying to tell you what to do. No. But they should listen. If you got $20 in your, that's true. But if you're a fool and you want to do that, that's fine. Yeah, that's your money. And if you want to gamble it in an organization that is not regulated, that's on you. I don't care. Give it all away. You know, I think they should too. That's the American way. But we know that we know this all the way. Yeah. All right, listen. People have voted for it. People have voted for it and they turned it down. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what they said the last time. But Siegelman, I think Siegelman didn't put the right deal in front of the people, and that's why it was. So, I don't know, but I don't care. It ain't my money. I don't gamble. I don't go out there and put my money in a machine. I just don't do that. Yeah, yeah. And and why is that news? Why is that news? It's happening everywhere. Well, by the school, that's true. They do that. That's true. They do that. I appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? I am fine. Yeah. No, but I heard that half the people over there from Alabama. But they've been saying that for years, and the legislatures know that the money's going to that's going to Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, whatever. They know that. So who? So the question is, who is keeping our legislators from putting this up for a vote? Again, one more time. Exactly. We all know. Yeah. So, oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I forgot who that was. Yeah, I forgot who that was. Mm.
And whether or not they get it. It's like I'm saying in Colorado. And you have a governor who refuses to meet with the president of the United States because she's too busy, he's in her hometown. And every ad is run calling the president out. What do you think the president is going to do when it's pulling out of the room? You're going to get it.
No, I really don't think Biden. I really don't think Biden even knows she wasn't there. Mm. It's not her body we're talking about. It's the body within her. Still there? No. Keep cell phone. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. That's can be the only reason that they haven't put this thing on the ballot after all 20 years. That, that's the only reason. There's no other reason. Hmm. Okay, I believe that. So how do we change that? We need to vote one more time for all of it. I think it will pass this time. Cinnamon, they made too many concessions for a few people on this thing. That's why it didn't pass. They're going to give a couple of licenses out. Nobody else got one. So I think that's what that was. And I think he got screwed too, but you know. Well, somebody's getting paid. Yes, ma'am. Well, somebody's getting paid. Somebody's getting it. I mean, there's no other reason anybody would be walking around spent. Logic and reason would dictate. So, yeah, follow the money. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Appreciate it. I agree with you. But again, you do not have to spend your money. You don't have to go to Georgia. You don't have to go to any place. Just keep your own money. You know. Good morning. Oh, Miss Davies. Hi. Mhm. All right, dear. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Good. Yeah. But evidently, the people of Alabama don't care. They go out and give the money anyway. See, I got you. Well, okay. I don't blame them. If you can get it, I don't blame you. If you don't get if you can figure out a way not to get competition, I wouldn't take it either. Right. But well, y'all got to then what the people of Alabama seem to me. I don't gamble, don't care nothing about it. But I do think that if it's your money, you can do what you want to do. But if the people are willing to accept things as they are, and evidently they are, they're not showing up downtown during a legislative session to raise holy hell about it. They're not willing to go to jail and talk to their legislator. They get this done. We're not willing to do that. We are just willing to let them tell you what they want to tell you and screw you every other year. I mean, every year. So until the people, like Malcolm X said, until the people get mad, they're just talking. And politicians don't care when you talk because they know where you are. Right? They don't care about you. I mean, so yeah, yeah. So you can't. Right. Appreciate it. I mean, again, you got to figure out what you're willing to sacrifice. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, who's this? I didn't, I didn't hang up on you. No, no, I did not. Right, and I went back to the phone, and you weren't your phone got cut off. Whatever, wasn't me. I like this conversation because you think it's about the woman, her body. It's about the body that's inside of her. But that baby's body is not her body. Uh, well, it depends on where you are. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. But it's still the child that's in you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do like Ron. Wait a minute. Do what Ronald Reagan said. When Nancy Reagan said, "Just say no." Then you know what comes with that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All men started off as babies. All men started off as babies. It's everybody's issue. Okay. No, the choice. She gave up that choice. Unless she got raped, she gave up that choice when she said, "Come on and get it." No, I don't. Well, I wouldn't do that. I don't agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that. But I do like Father Dean. But now not a 10-year-old girl. But if a woman gets pregnant, she gets raped, I think that's a choice that is totally up to her. Because I wouldn't want to force that on anybody. But if you go out at night with Big John or Levert, and whoops, sorry about that, and now you want to have an abortion, it was your choice when you said, listen, when you let him go to the fire pit, you gave up that to him. Okay. I can only tell you what Ronald Reagan. I can only tell you what Ronald Reagan said. Everybody who's for abortion is alive. Okay. Right. Yeah. The Declaration. Wait, the Declaration of Independence says all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and amongst them, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unalienable right, you're a lawyer, you know this. Unalienable means rights that you get from God and not man. Just because the formulator is correct, don't mean the formulators are. Okay, yeah, yeah, of course it. I'm brilliant. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, and I'm with you, but somebody's got to fight for the life within, and that is a life. Well, I hear you. I know what that is. Yeah. No. If the government stopped, listen, if the government stopped paying for everything, we'd have probably have less people out there doing everything. That's not their job. That's not government. That's not government's job. But it is government's job to defend that Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is our job to do that. She did it when she wanted to do it. Then don't have sex. Then don't have sex. You won't have to worry about it. But that's true. But listen, that's one way though of making sure you never get pregnant, accidentally or otherwise. Hell no, they gonna be happy. But listen, I gotta take a break. We gotta go. I ain't saying, but hey, there are ways to control that thing. Unless you're Catholic. Even if you're Catholic, do what you gotta do.
Here's the go. Parents should check it out for yourself at the net.
Yeah, my mom got
Make the guardian for all. Always one of the biggest time. I love the balance. The work I need is good. To make pronunciation just right. It's your better way, man. You can put the person on top, or you can just mix it. And now you can try to create this.
Oh, boy. All right, where is the it is right there.
Elkins live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. We'll get to the city council thing as soon as I take this last call and give you what's on the agenda tonight for the city council. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. We sound sort of confused, schizophrenic when it comes to that issue. Mm-hmm. Well, I really can't tell the difference between you and everybody else. To tell you the truth, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take one more call, then I got to the agenda. Good morning. Yes. No. The Office of Violence Prevention is funded by the amount of $250,000 a year I get, and I'm just saying it ain't really doing us any good. Maybe it's just not doing us any good. We can use that money for something else. I mean, just Yeah, or well, they keep telling me they can't find anybody who wants to be a police. Although I can't, you know, I feel it for them, but yeah. But that's it. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to tonight's city council meeting. First thing, the approval of the May 16th, 2023 regular city council meeting. Public communications agenda to address the city council now. During this time, the roster must be signed before meeting begins, indicating the agenda items that you want to talk about. Review of the Sherwood Apartments at 4921 Hatton Avenue. Application for a liquor, a lounge retail license class 1, licensed by the Kickback Gaming Lounge LLC, doing business as the Kickback Gaming Lounge. What was that? Kickback Game? I thought we couldn't have gaming. Oh, well, anyway, it's on Bond Road. Resolution setting a new show cause hearing on July the 5th for Alaram LLC, doing business as Budgetel Inn on Carmichael Road. Resolution of necessity for the eminent domain procedures for the public use of public purpose of constructing, widening, or improving a public street. White Slow Woodley Road Bridge replacement. Woodley Road Bridge replacement. 5, resolution consenting to the vacation of a portion of Clay Street extended west of May Street, whatever that means. Number 6, application for we got a lot of retail and beer licenses all the time. Application for retail beer and licensed wine on premise only by Sand 222 Incorporated, DBS One Stop, 4320 Narrow Lane Road. Resolution appointing Barry Glazer Robinson to the Board of Adjustment by Councilor Johnson, replacing America Blair. Number 7, resolution appointing, that's number 8, resolution designating nuisance and abatement agent. Number 9, pursuant to the section 1153B Code of Alabama, authorization of demolition of unsafe structures at the following locations: 1934 Terminal Road, 114 Turner Boulevard. Demolish your house. Resolution declaring public nuisances, authorizing immediate abatement, and assessing cost abatement of public nuisances of various lots pursuant to Chapter 12 of the Code of Ordinances. And council as a committee, I don't think they got anything up there right now. Public communication on non-agenda items. They put you last. They ought to put you in first since we pay the bill. Anyway, those are some of the things that's going on at the city council. It doesn't look like anything too controversial unless you live at 1934 Terminal Road or 114 Turner Boulevard. They're gonna gut your house. But other than that, I'm good. Nothing. Real license. Yeah. So everybody. I just wondered. Now the city council. I know Councilor Graham don't really like all these liquor stores, and I'm with her. But until y'all come up with something better, until you guys come up with something better to put there, I mean, don't stop people from doing the business. I mean, if y'all can't convince somebody to come in these neighborhoods and put businesses that help the neighborhood, then what about that? Let the man put what he got to put there. I'm just saying, I think we got too much car. I think we got too many car lots on Northern Boulevard. I mean, on Eastern Boulevard. We got plenty of them right across the street from one another, one right next door to each other. Hey, as long as it's a legal business, let them have it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. No, it's not. That's right. It's not on here. So. Well, what do you call that when they? What do you call that when they just kind of like see it over there like the 800-pound gorilla, but they don't act upon it? What do you call that? Table it. Okay, so have you had the opportunity just to sit at the table with her and you explain your and y'all outside the limelight, y'all sit down and talk. Mhm. Why don't you call and have a conversation with her? Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. But again, right, but again though, wouldn't it help to talk to her, and see why? Okay, I mean that's up to y'all. Right, right. Yeah, I'm in District 3, so yeah, yeah. Okay, you did. Appreciate it. Well, we'll be back tomorrow to give our chance the same. Y'all have a good day.